Wisconsin's Republican Governor Scott Walker's so-called budget repair bill will be on hold for at least 2 more months. A judge in Wisconsin ruled today that the restraining order will stay in place while she considers whether Republicans passed the law illegally. When Wisconsin's Republican state senators called an emergency special committee meeting March 9th to strip the fiscal elements out of their anti-union bill in order to force a vote without state Democrats, one of those Republican senators knew there would be a price to pay. Here's what he had to say on this show the day Governor Scott Walker signed the bill.
A lot of other public employees have built themselves up to be very mad, very livid, and these people are coming after us.
State Senator Republican Glenn Grothman was right. Today, recall organizers...
As a Republican my entire life, I'm appalled at what Scott Walker and the Republicans did. This hurts my family. It's about my kids in school.
Whether you're a college student like me or a kindergartner, the Republicans are hurting everyone.
This is for my children. This is for my wife. This is for my friends, my neighbors. This is for our community.
Republicans declared war on the middle class. And with this recall campaign, we are fighting back, and we're going to win.
Today, recall organizers filed more than 20,000 signatures to force a recall of Senator Dan Kapanke, the first of 8 Wisconsin Republican senators facing recall campaigns. The State Government Accountability Board will have 31 days to validate the signatures, and a recall election could come as early as June 7th. Joining me now from Madison, the organizer of that recall campaign against Senator Kapanke, Pat Scheller, a commercial lender who lives in Kapanke's district. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
It's good to be here, Chris. It's an honor to be on your show.
This seems like a pretty quick collection of more than 20,000 signatures, about 5,000 more than you actually needed. It's always good to get an insurance pad of signatures there because some of them surely will be invalidated for one technical reason or another. But it takes professionals a longer time than that to get those kinds of signatures done. How'd you get it done so quickly?
Well, the first thing I want to do is thank all the people that participated. There were hundreds and hundreds of volunteers who really did a lot more work than I did. I'm getting a lot of the glory and a lot of the limelight, but it was a boots-on-the-ground effort. As you said in your intro, there's a lot of passion out there. The budget repair bill, a very flawed piece of legislation. The premise of it was never really what it should have been, and Scott Walker continues to do things that just continue to help the cause move along.
Now, Senator Kapanke seems very vulnerable. He's in a district that voted for Barack Obama. Was he the most vulnerable, would you say, of the 8 that you could mount these campaigns against?
Honestly, Lawrence, I don't know that. I live in that district. I know Dan Kapanke, and he is the individual that I've focused on. You know, I've queried as to how the recalls are going in the other districts, but I honestly don't know that. We just concentrated at our task on hand and worked on that.
And you did this without a single paid signature collector. That's a big profession out there in political land, is these paid signature collectors that do this for campaigns.
That's the truth. We did it totally without any paid help. There were a lot of volunteers, as I said. Literally hundreds of people. We had more volunteer help than we could use, actually.
Pat Scheller, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Been a pleasure.